Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the Minions Lair. Welcome to the 2023 edition of Eionan's Edge Live. Whew, 2023. All right. Let's start with some greetings, but first a couple of thank yous. Again, thank you to everybody who watches, whether you are watching live, you're in the live stream, whether you watch a rebroadcast, whether you just listen from your car, from at work, from your kitchen, while you're babysitting your kids, whatever it may be. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate having you all here. Can never say that enough. So, with that being said, let's get into some greetings. I can see some people are already starting to pile into the stream, so that's good. I like it. We got just Nate, who is at work waiting for the live. All right, brother. Good to see you here this week. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button for me, folks. It does make a difference. Marcos Gamma says, Happy New Year, Eionan's Edge, and to everyone out there. Cool, cool, cool. Got to make myself a quick note here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Don't want to forget anything. Let's see. Dawn. Dawn is in here too. She says, Hey, everyone. Hi, Eionan's Edge and Mrs. Edge. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Dawn. Loved. Dawn did a year in review video over on her YouTube channel. You should go check it out. Amazing what she did this year. Absolutely amazing what she accomplished. And I so enjoyed watching that, especially since my wife and I, for a long, many years, had flocks of laying hens at our house, and we incubated them and raised them and all that. So there's more than just chicken stuff in there, but it's pretty interesting. So you should go check out Dawn's video wrap up of 2022. Blaze Burger heard the call to assemble. Assemble minions. That's right. Let's get the minions assembled, right? And there's Michael Morgan. The very next comment says, Minions assemble. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Lots more greetings going out there, Blaze Burger. Grumpy Grunt is in the house. He says, Hey, monkeys, just got home, so I'll be back and forth trying to get dinner and listen. Sending out some greetings to a bunch of us. Thank you, Grumpy, very much. Hopefully, if things go okay this week, I might be able to catch your stream. I haven't really caught it fully in the last couple of weeks, but I apologize for that. Took a little time off to R&R over the holidays. Blaze says, wish I could chat. I'm trying to get dishes done. I'll be listening though. Well, cool. I appreciate that, brother. Always a pleasure having you in here as well. Blaze says, what's up, Sandy McCarta? All right. Who other? Will B just popped in. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Grumpy says, just got done helping Brian QC some Devo mashes. Nice. I wish that knife would come out a couple weeks later. I really want one. It's going to be a little tough whether that I can swing that one or not. Hopefully it's sezzleable. If it's not, I might be SOL. Richard Kasners, what's everyone? Happy New Year. First of all, Richard, thank you for coming into the stream. Glad to have you here. Happy New Year, my friend. And got a lot of friendly people here. Just glad to have you in here. So cool. Thanks for stopping by on a Tuesday. Hang out. We got a lot of things. I'll go over some of the things I have scheduled to cover. Got Christmas knives, new knives, some channel updates. There's always story time at the end. There will be a story time tonight, too. So let's see who else jumped in here. Siva Kramer's here, throwing out some Happy New Year greetings. More Happy New Years. Dawn says, I'm too kind. No, I'm not too kind. You did a great job on that, Dawn. That video came out awesome. So if you haven't checked out Dawn's channel, you should go check it out. Amazing lady. All right. Ed Harrison, good evening, Eionan and everyone else. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. I really enjoyed the photos you sent me of Choo Choo too. Ed painted up a Choo Choo. So let's see who else we have in here. We've got Daily Knife number 2 says, Hi guys, what's up? Thank you for stopping in on a Tuesday. Sharp Guy ATX is here. He says, Evening, family, driving home. All right, brother. Be safe, and hopefully you'll get to see or listen to the rest of the live once you get back. Alan Gray Wolf's in here. He says, "Got to run to Mr. Wolf's medicine for a pharmacy. I will return. We have been dealing with COVID." Oh gosh, sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry. I know that that was going on, but it's definitely not a good thing. Be safe. Pick up the medicine. If you make it back in time for story time, so be it. But if not, you can always watch again afterwards. So you can always rewatch. Sentient says, listening while tearing apart this carburetor. I'll be around. All right, brother. Hey, that's always a good thing to do, right? Music or podcast from the garage while you're working on a car. Mid Missouri EDC in the house as well. Another minion here. Chuckett's in here as well. He says lurking and sharpening. That's okay. Appreciate that very, very much. Dwayne Letterman is here. Byron Kennedy is here. Holy Christmas. Brashear Bear's in here. I like it. Mike Jernak has jumped in as well. We've got some peeps piling in here. Good, good, and good. Very well. So we're going to keep on doing some greetings, but I would like you guys to start tossing up pocket checks when you have a chance. Throw up what you're carrying in your pocket today. If you are not on Instagram and didn't go over and check out your Instagram account in the last couple of hours, you will know that you might not know that I posted today's pocket carry on Instagram, but I also have it here to go over with you guys. So put up your pocket checks and I can see what you got. All right. And we will check that out while I do a few more greetings here, just making sure I catch everyone, making sure I didn't miss anyone. I don't think I did. Bit the inside of my mouth this morning, having breakfast. Hey, sucks getting old. I wore this camouflage shirt today, so you'd say, "What's up with Eionan? His head's just floating around on the screen. I can't see him. Is he there? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there's his head right there." Like Bass Pro Shops real tree shirt, right? Bass Pro Shops. It's like when you walk into a Bass Pro Shops, right? Isn't it like you feel when you walk in for the first time into a real Bass Pro Shops, like a good size one, you feel like you've walked into paradise, right? They've got everything. Fishing holes, you've got knives, you've got tents, camping gear, stoves, right? Outdoor, like everything you can possibly imagine, right? And even when you like walk down an aisle and they have those impulse buy things on a corner, you're always like, "Oh, I gotta have one of those. Oh, I gotta have one of those." Right? I'm actually kind of glad there isn't a Bass Pro Shop here where I live in Tucson. There is a Sportsman's Warehouse, which is not the same, right? You can still buy outdoor stuff there, but not the same. Let's see who else is in here. Lots of, I think we might have got our first. Who was in here? Oh, I think Chuck It made it in first. Our first pocket check starts with Chuck It. Spyderco Camo Micarta Schmock. Oh, I like the Schmock. That's cool. I like the native series and I like the non-humped Spydercos. I'm not a fan of the humped Spydercos because my finger always rides in the wrong place on those. Spyderco Camo Micarta Schmock with bronze tie backspacer and Zerk Besker clip. So that's definitely a pretty spiffy one. Byron Kennedy, the carry is Cold Steel Recon 1 off-grid all-day necker, Milwaukee Fastback 6-in-1 utility razor. Nice. And an ABKT Stockman. Mid-Missouri has a Kaiser Wanderer. Very nice. Dawn says, nothing in my pocket today. First day back to work. Ugh, but yesterday I had both the CRKT Mills Bowie and the Sativian ST139. Very nice. Let's see. Brashear Bear, Spyderco Native Chief, CTS XHP. I love the Native Chief. That's a cool knife. The Swiss Army Knife Explorer, the Phoenix E20 version 2, and the Santa Pez dispenser. Ah, yeah. Michael Morgan's carrying an Orion Solaris. Very cool. Just Nate carrying the mini sheepdog and the pinion. Can't interact much, probably here listening. So hello to everyone. Hello to you, Nate. Another person who won a holiday celebration present. I will be giving an update on those during the broadcast too. So if you were one of the people who's lucky enough to receive a present during the holiday celebration right before Christmas. I will update you on that stuff as well. Will be big breath. Grimsmo Norseman, Spyderco Manix 215V with Fireside Terra Tuft scales. Ooh, oh yeah. Kaiser Bag Leader XL, Riat XO DE3V, Spyderco Ronin 2, Olight Baton 3, one of the best lights on the market, I think, the Olight Baton 3. The i5T Plus and the Karis Bolt V2 pen. You're carrying two Olight flashlights today. As if the Olight Baton is not enough for you, Will. You have to have an i5T as well. That's all right, brother. All right, let's see. Some more greetings going out there. Mike Jernak says Benchmade Claymore and i5T Plus. If you're done throwing out your pocket checks, the next thing I'm going to ask you about, by the way, is what did you get for new knives and EDC stuff? Okay, so I want to know what you got for new knives and EDC. I'm going to keep going through pocket checks. So if you just walked into the stream, please throw up your pocket check. But my next question will be, what did you get for Christmas? I know some people must have got knives, flashlights, fidget items, whatever. What did you get that's EDCable for Christmas? All right. Let's see. Dang, Ross just jumped in. Cool. He's throwing out a whole bunch of greetings. Thank you for visiting, brother. Much appreciated. Country boys in here as well. Don't forget your pocket checks. I know there's more pocket checks than that. I know there are. I know it. I know it. I know it. Rushier Bear says, "Hi Ed, feeling better. I know you weren't feeling well, so yes, yes, Ed, for multiple reasons." Michael Morgan threw the B up hashtag in for us. That is a tribute to Jason Brown. Also, one of the things I would like to remind you guys of, if you don't already know this, but there are always new people in the stream. There's a couple new people in here tonight. If you use Instagram, if you have an Instagram account and you post knife or EDC pictures at all, what I would like you to do is add the hashtag Minions Carry Knives to your post to help create a spot for all the Minions Instagram posts. Basically, what that means is that's a spot. If you add that hashtag to your photos, it will populate a page called Minions Carry Knives. And every Tuesday on this live stream, we go over and take a look at what's on it. Look at the new pictures, ooh and ah over what you post. So, like I said, at the bottom there, it says we usually check it weekly on the Tuesday lives. So please use the hashtag Minions Carry Knives if you're over on Instagram. Doesn't cost you anything. Takes a few extra seconds to type out at the bottom of your description. All right, got a lot to talk about tonight. So I'm glad you guys are here. Hopefully more people will roll in here pretty soon. Let me figure out where I was in the comments. Holy crap. I think I just lost track of where I was. Albatross access lock for Dwayne Letterman. Okay, nice. Nice. I bought a couple of those Albatross knives with access locks on them and gave them away as gifts. I had one I kept for a long time and used, and it was a good knife. And then I had another one that I bought and gave away to a good friend. Rich Kastner says he's got a Spyderco Pierre Military 2 with blurple tie scales, a Civivi Terax, a Civivi Mini Elementum. That's cool. Must be a pretty small knife because Elementum's not too big. A Gen 1 Leatherman Wave, very nice. Bike chain fidget, 1886 Morgan silver dollar, and a Beard of Doom Hank from Forest. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Country Boy 1976 is carrying the Spyderco Tenacious. That is the gateway Spyderco that leads into other Spydercos all the time. Will B says, I carry the 5T in the shirt pocket with my pen, marker, and chopstick. Okay, gotcha. Sounds good, my man. Prayers for Lone Wolf. I didn't know Lone Wolf was doing poorly, but yes, if he is, definitely prayers for Lone Wolf. I think I heard something about that over the holidays, but I really didn't keep up on the EDC community as much as I normally do. Let's see. Dang Ross says, handled the Wii Nitro Mini today, and wow, the action is amazing on that thing. All the Wii knives are pretty good, actually. I mean, that's the flagship of their brand, so They definitely make a good quality knife. Byron Kennedy says, I'll take the risk, possibly eating foot and shoe, but I hope your family visits went great over the holidays since on Instagram and haven't heard. Hmm. So for those of you who didn't hear, so we had a good safe Christmas. This is that just doing okay. But we found out on Thursday afternoon that the kids were not coming. The grandkids were not coming. Both the grandkids were sick with colds and coughs and snotty noses and everything else. And the kids were just getting over themselves, were just getting over being sick. And with all the travel issues that were going on and all that, they decided wisely to not come and visit. So that was a tremendous blow to us, just because we had really prepped the house and we had gotten presents and decorations up and we'd done all this stuff to get ready for Christmas, and that did not happen. We did spend some time on Christmas Day, probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours Zooming with the kids and watching the grandkids open presents and saying hi to everybody. So that did help. But it was hard for Mrs. Edge. It really was. It was hard for me because I haven't seen my kids in 4 years and haven't seen my grandson and haven't met my granddaughter. Same for her. But we made the best of it. And they promised to come out in the second half of February after Mrs. Edge is recovered from her surgery. She's done with chemo. Yay! That's a big deal. And I'll give you a little bit more updates later, but she's going to have surgery at the 27th of January. So, but she's doing good. She's doing well. She's watching from her little craft studio right around the corner here in the house. And she likes to watch and listen to almost all the live streams. So she's there. So if you want to throw out a greeting to her, you can. Will B says, I didn't receive any knives or EDC for Christmas, but I bought a bunch for myself, including the Riyadh XO and a Ferrum Forge Aluris. Very nice, sir. Very nice. I picked up a Ferrum Forge knife for Christmas too. So let me go over what I have for in my pocket today, and then I will tell you what I got, what knives I picked up for Christmas. So in my pocket today, I am carrying the Finch Knives Buffalo Tooth. Cool knife. I really like this knife. I reviewed the Cocobolo version through the Apex list, and I wasn't totally sold on whether I was going to get this jig titanium until I got another knife from C. Risner Cutlery, or traditional pocket knives, that had jig titanium very similar to this on it, and I really liked that. And so I went ahead and got this, and I'm so glad I did. This is a super cool knife. It's got plenty of hand room on it if you choke up into the choil position, like up here onto this little thing, which is super comfortable. There's plenty of room for bigger hands here. And this is a beautifully crafted knife. Really, really solid. I believe they're OEM'd by Bestech. But I carried this today, the Finch Knives Buffalo Tooth. Another Finch knife coming too. I also carried the Ferrum Forge Prolix in Nitro V and Black G10. Love this little knife. It's got a really nice finger choil on it. You can see that even with my big hands, see if we can get that in there. There's still room on the front of this finger choil. But good knife. It's a mid-size. It's not as big as the Ferrum Forge Stinger, but larger than the Mini Archbishop. So you got a nice Warncliffe tip on this sucker, and that's pretty cool. This is a knife I did get myself for Christmas with some gift money I got from family members on Amazon. So this was something that I carried today. Really cool knife. So we can get that focus to come on there. There we go. So yeah, cool. So I carried that. I also had, which was a Christmas gift in a way. I got a Christmas gift that I couldn't use from my daughter-in-law, so I sent that back, and I bought a Olight Opry. If you haven't checked one of these little bad boys out, you really should. I'm going to do a review on this very soon. Has some cool tools on it. It's just a really cool little pry bar. It's all titanium, and it's a good size, and it has a pocket clip which fits in your pocket. For me personally, I will not carry a pry bar that does not have a pocket clip. This little sucker is super cool, and it's also, there we go, super cute. It's got the little smiley face. All right, and then I also had a Olight I1R2 in bright blue, and Mrs. Edge Hank and Fidget Ball, as well as her awesome gold bronze EDC coin. And Fidget Ball, of course. Ta-da! So that's what I carried today, along with one of her hanks. So let's see. Justin Nate says, I was blessed enough to get the Ria XO and Black Micarta 3D steel, my most expensive purchase. I feel a bit guilty. That's okay. Sorry, brother. Like my good friend Mattisfaction always says, treat yourself, right? Sometimes you just gotta treat yourself. There you go. Siva Claimer says, just won 2 knives from Triple E EDC. Still waiting for which knives I will get. Okay, cool. That's very nice. Dwayne Letterman, got myself a Farm Boy Customs Viper Fixie. Very nice. Other knives that I got over the holidays, I picked up a Tops Scandi Trekker fixed blade in green micarta. We'll review that pretty soon. I also picked up, my son bought me, even though I'm not the hugest fan of these knives, he bought me an Opinel number 8, I believe it is, in black, which is pretty cool. So got one of those from the son. Mrs. Edge got me a few cool things. She got me a blue Swiss Army knife SD Classic. You know how much I love these. I carry one of these every day. And she got me a knife I've been wanting for a long time that was on my Christmas wish list to her. She got me a Civivi riffle. This might be one of the best Civivis on the market. Honestly, it really is a super cool knife. Fits lots of sizes of hands. I know Grumpy's a fan of this knife too. I'd been wanting one of these for a while. I got to handle one at one of the knife meetups, and I'm like, man, I got to buy a Civivi riffle. It comes in a few different kinds of micarta. It's a great knife. It's all satin bead blasted, the liner, the frame, the clip. It's just a super cool knife. I'm going to review this pretty soon. 14C28N, and ergos are great. Everything about the knife is just really, really good. It's a really cool knife. So the Civivi riffle I got from my lovely wife, Mrs. Edge, for Christmas will obviously be one of my favorite knives for a long, long time to come. And Mrs. Edge got Kevin, les mignons. Kevin, big old coffee mug to put my jitter liquid in. Love you, Mrs. Edge. You're the best. All right. So, what else did I get for Christmas? Huh? A knife that I picked up right after Christmas because, well, actually, I picked it up. I ordered it right before Christmas, but it didn't come in until right after Christmas. It came in literally the day that I was sitting down watching Bees Blades mention one of these knives in one of his videos. This is a new knife from. Take a look at this thing, okay? This is Aussate steel, titanium coated blade, carbon fiber inlays, aluminum scales. Okay. It's got a wire pocket clip. It does have a anodized piece on the back here. It does have a really, really small lanyard hole. But this, folks, is a new knife line that's being offered by Walmart. Swiss Tech came in a super cool box, came in a box way, way too nice for a knife like this, honestly. But this thing is great. It's on ceramic ball bearings. Watch this thing. Ready? Let me see if I can get this thing in the middle of the screen here. Okay, nice, right? Watch this. Bloop. Drops right shut. So this thing is a new knife from Walmart. Look for a review on this very soon, within the next week or two. I think a chance purchasing it. Wasn't super expensive. It's actually very affordably priced. It's in the budget knife category. Comes in another style other than this one. But I'm not sure who's OEM in these, but this sucker, it's a pretty nice knife. It really is. I mean, I cannot really find any fault with it. Blade centered. It's on ball bearings. So that's another knife I got for Resmalls. All right, let's move along here. Let's see what else you guys got. Christmas, Tama 140, Spidey Chef, and a Thai QSP Plus. Very nice. I love it. No EDC gear. Saving up dollars for an AR purchase for the wifey. She said she wants her own. Had a girl. Mrs. Edge has her own too. As a matter of fact, quick story. I bought a SIG P238. She had to have one. I bought a SIG P365. Now she has one. And she has her own AR and her own 20 gauge. So yes. So she when she's healthy, she definitely enjoys going out and getting in some range time with the pew-pews. I've been working and lurking. Crew card a PM2 on me today. And Xmas was an S90V PM2. Oh, it's a mod stuff and a Wii hyphen, both self-bought. Okay, well, that's all right, Josh. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with treating yourself to a Christmas present here or there, right? Native Wild Man is in the house. I see him right here. He says, hey, Eionans and Mrs. Edge, hello to you tonight, my friend. Don't forget to throw up your pocket check and let us know if you got anything knife or EDC carry related for Christmas. Country Boy says, my wife got me the Through Night TN12 flashlight. Awesome. Very, very cool. I like it a lot. What do we got here? Michael's throwing up. Oh, he's throwing up the hashtag. Yes, we're going to go look at that in a few minutes. We're going to go over to Minions Carry Knives. So hang on, folks. Just let me get through a few more of these posts from you guys. I didn't get knives, but I got a Caviso EDC case and a nail pack foam. Perfect. That works as well. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. There's Dawn throwing in the reminders, right? Yes, please hit the like button. Okay. A few more here. Let's see what else we got. We got Michael throwing up some Campfire Leatherworks. Is Iggy here yet? Is Iggy in the house? Iggy, if you're here, post. Let me know you're here. I don't recall seeing Iggy, but yes, go check out Campfire Leatherworks. That is Iggy's leatherworking shop. David Iverson is here, throwing out some greetings. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Some other folks popping in here. Native Wildman says he has a CBB Brazen, a Rough Rider Mini Toothpick in green, Benchmade Barrage, and a custom sack. There's Dwayne Shaw. Yes. Definitely. Hello, Shaw. For sure. Let's see what else we got here. Whoa. Pretty fire for a knife guy just popped in, it looks like, too. He says hello. If you didn't pop in just now, sorry, I didn't see you. Leland Phil. Everyone finally back at work after a week's mandatory vacation, right? You had a holiday closing for the holidays. Good to see you, Leland. Glad to have everybody in here. Let's see what else we got going on. Back's a little stiff today, so I will be moving around a little more than normal in the chair. Sorry we weren't able to come. It's hard, but a wise choice. All the bugs going. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is they really wanted to be here. They were totally prepared to come. They just couldn't risk getting their mother sick, a month out from surgery. And that would have postponed everything. Plus, it could have been pretty scary for her. Now that she's through with chemo, hopefully her immune system will begin to bounce back. And that's why the surgery is scheduled for January 27th. So it gives her a month to recover, hopefully, before we go in and have to go through that. I haven't carried a knife since the day before Christmas because Christmas morning is when I pinched a nerve or pulled a muscle in my back, but I'm going to be. Oh, okay. I thought you had something else going on too, Ed. But yeah, that sucks. From following some of the stuff that I posted on Instagram and to hear, I hurt my back several times throughout November and into early December. So any kind of stuff that has to do with your back is always tough. And obviously, if you're laid up in the house all day, you're not carrying a knife around. So I totally understand it, but I hope you start feeling better very soon, my friend. The TENS unit is your friend. If you don't own a TENS unit, you should go get one. They're cheap. You can get one on Amazon for like $20. Uh, Mrs. Edge. Did she just post up here? Did I miss my wife posting somewhere? Maybe she did. I don't see it. But I see a whole bunch of you guys greeting her, so that's good. That means that she probably did post somewhere. I'm so sorry, Eionan and Mrs. Edge. I'm glad to hear that. They may make up. Yeah, that's the plan right now. They're gonna, you know, let me get the hot sauce for my leftover food. You guys are too funny. I still can't get over all the things you made. Probably give away the coins, the plushies, so much talent. Yes, she is the talent. She has an Instagram account, by the way, guys. Studio DCG. Okay, is her Instagram account. So you might want to go check that out and look at some of the. Matter of fact, maybe I'll take a pop over there after we do Minions Care Dance, and I'll show you a few of the amazing things. There's just a tiny little minuscule amount of stuff that she actually makes that's over there. Watch the bits on the Oprah. I haven't had any trouble with mine yet. Mine is it has the two little balls underneath, and they're very well locked in place. I've been carrying it since Christmas. I've had no issues with it. In fact, I have. That's the only thing I would say. It is a little hard to get the little uh, piece that holds the bits in to rotate so they come out. It hasn't been an issue for me yet, but maybe it might be for somebody else who maybe does work where they're maybe rubbing stuff up against their pants or their pockets a little more. I could possibly see that being the case. But I would just lose them in my pocket probably. Let's see. Will says I was at River's Edge Cutlery yesterday and was drooling over the Bark River Bravo 1LT. I can believe that. I can definitely believe that. Let's see what else we got going on here. David Iverson says, I received a Secret Santa 2 Milwaukee Fastbacks, and I ordered a case Copperlock Warncliffe American Worker in red. Very nice. Pretty Fly says, Richard Kasner, hey, bud, I'm doing well, especially now that Knife Nerd Box number 2 came. Yeah, right. Knives in the mail are always a good thing for sure. Freak Show in the house. Mrs. Freak Show's in the house. I know I missed a few of you folks, but there's Drubby Tunes. Throwing out the greeting. What's up, my man Drew? Josh Branson in here. We got Drewby Tunes in here. We got Josh. Old Fart with Sharp Things has come in, throwing out some greetings there. David Iverson says the Christmas knife I'm excited to get is going to be here after the 15th. I got a couple of knives I ordered that won't be here. So new knives for Christmas was the Prolix. I got a Hedgehog in blue denim micarta. You guys know I already got the exclusive, the M390 and Jig Titanium one from Traditional Pocket Knives / C. Risner Cutlery, and I love that. I'm still gonna do another review on that, even though I already reviewed Hedgehog. But I really like that blue denim micarta Hedgehog. And some of you may know I did the review on one of the prototypes for the Apex list before the Hedgehog came out. So I knew that was going to be a popular knife with everyone. And I love the one I have. I'm going to order a regular one now. What else do we got here? I got the Swiss Tech that I just showed you. I got the Civivi Riffle from Mrs. Edge. I got the Opinel old number 8. And then what else did I get? Oh, I also got a Swiss Army knife from Mrs. Edge that's coming in. So, or that came in my stocking. So pretty good Christmas haul for me. Pretty good set of knives, That van has an awesome multi-tool that I want. I'm not sure what that's all about. Josh, I did not get a knife for Christmas this year. Last new knife I got was when the Ruffian dropped. Great knife. The ruffian's super cool, by the way. That'll be coming up a little bit here in the broadcast as well. Let's see who else. Pretty Fly for Knife Guy says I got a gift card to Blue Creek Knife Script. So that means you can get a knife, right? You get something you really like. I always like that. I always would rather have people buy me something off a wish list or give me gift cards to somewhere where they know I can buy knives or outdoor gear because there's a higher probability I'm going to get something that I'm actually going to use. I love all gifts. I appreciate all gifts immensely, but it's always cool to get something that you can use. That's right. You ask for my wish list, buy me something off my wish list. That's just me. But I appreciate all gifts. Seriously. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Some Bama Ninjas in the house. Another one of my moderators, and that's also I wanted to say that I said it on the live stream. Thank you to all the moderators. I've got a few of them right now. Tonight, I know I've got Michael Morgan and Bama Ninja in the house. I haven't seen Iggy yet, although she might be lurking in here. I'm a little worried about Gonzo, though. I have had a couple of Instagram and phone text brief communications with him over the last couple weeks, but he's kind of dropped off the scene. And I know he's kind of said he was taking a break, but I'm not sure how long that's going to be for. So if you don't see him around, that's why. But hopefully, we'll have Brother Gonzo back pretty soon because I miss him a lot. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Michael says, love the copperbacks, have both sizes and clip points. Definitely getting a warranty someday. Okay. Marcos Gamma says, I will be getting the PE2 variant at some point that I won from some guy on YouTube. That is true. You will. So let me jump ahead then. And let me do that. Let me just update you guys on that. So for those of you who won something on the at the holiday celebration, if you received the present, if you won one of the 12 presents, I've already started going through, getting them ready to be packaged. I've got some boxes together now. So I had saved a bunch of boxes before the holidays. I got a couple of them in boxes ready to go. I expect to send all of those out on the 10th or the 11th of January. So basically next week, I believe that would be 7 days from now. Yeah. Next Tuesday or Wednesday, I should be sending all this out. The post office here next to my house, right down the street, is going to love me because I'm going to walk in there with this big giant thing of boxes and packages to mail out. But they should all be going out next week. I will email everyone that won something when they go out. I will send you the tracking number for your items so that you know when they're coming. But all of that stuff should hit the mail next Tuesday or Wednesday. All right. So there you go on that. That just kind of skips ahead on one update. So while we're talking about things that have to do with the channel, let's move into that real quick. I want to throw out a couple of pieces of information, and then we're going to go look at some cool knives. So first of all, the word of the week thing. I don't know what everybody thought of the prize structure that I did. It took a whole year to put all those prizes together, and a few of those things came in late in the game. Bluminati Ninja's in here. Yay! What's up, brother? Good to see you. A couple of those things came in kind of late in the game, but like I said, it really wasn't just my sincere, heartfelt effort to give as much back to you, my channel members, and the knife community as possible. And I felt like I accomplished that. I wish I'd had more stuff to give away. I wish I could have given more things away and given more people knives and presents and all that. Well, we did the best we could. Obviously, you can see there was a ton of stuff from Mrs. Edge in there. So you guys are going to get some stuff that's keepsake worthy or one of a kind. So that's great too. But going forward, from this broadcast today until the next Christmas holiday celebration, we will not have words of the week. I will have a word of the month. So they're going to be called WOMs. Instead of wows, they're going to be called WOMs, words of the month. So we will have a word of the month on the live streams. So you'll have 4 chances, 4 opportunities to get the word of the week. And since I'm already on that subject, this is how it's going to work. You're going to collect words of the month WOMs throughout 2023 for a chance to win exclusive prizes at my year-end holiday celebration. Look for special bonus WOMs as well. The bonus words of the month will probably hit around holidays or special events. There'll be a handful of those, and they'll be worth extra entries. Although this year, I'm going to require that you have all 12 of the main words of the month in order to enter giveaway. Make sense? That's going to be the top giveaway. So if you pay attention to the channel, if you watch the lives or rewatch the lives, you should be able to get all the words of the week. And speaking of words of the month, words of the month. Got to break those little habits. Got to break them. The word of the month for January is going to be hope. Right? It's the beginning of the year. We're all hoping for certain things. Maybe you're hoping for a new job. Maybe you're hoping for a new knife. Maybe you're hoping that you'll meet that person that makes your life complete. Right? For me, I would just like one thing. I just want one thing only this year. I want a healthy Mrs. Edge. That's it. Right? That's all I want. Secondary and tertiary would be a healthy me and a healthy family and knife community. Okay. But my hope for this year is that my wife is fully healthy after she finishes all this treatment for cancer. So hope will be the word of the month for January. So start writing them down, start keeping track of them. If you didn't do it last year, maybe you have enough motivation after seeing the holiday celebration to keep track of the words of the month and the bonus words. All right. You will need all 12 monthly words to be able to enter the word of the month special present giveaway at the end of the year. And I will have bonus words of the month that pop out here and there during the year. So that's how that's going to work. Okay. Got it? Cool. Let's move along. Let's see what else is going on down here in the comments real quick, just to see where we're at. Lots of greetings. Oh, there's Iggy. There she is. There's my other moderator extraordinary. Welcome in, Iggy, one of my head minions and moderator minions on the channel. Glad to have you back in the stream. Good to see you. You haven't missed a whole lot. So that's how the word of the month is going to work. That is how that's going to go. Before I get into some channel updates, let's go check out some cool knives. That's part of the reason why you're here. You want to see cool knives? I want to see cool knives. Do you and that person up there, do you guys want to see cool knives? I think you do. So let me share this screen real quick, and we will share a Chrome tab. There we go. There we go. So here is the Minions Carry Knives page. If you're new here, it's the first time in the stream. If you are on Instagram, like I said earlier, and you hashtag your knife post with hashtag Minions Carry Knives, just like you see here at the top of the screen, your stuff will be on this page for all the other minions and people who follow my channel to go and look at. So we're going to take a look through some of these. So obviously this one here was put up by Mike Jernak. This is super cool. And I really dig this a lot. And this should be our flagship, right? A minion carrying a knife. A minion with opinion. I like the top comment from Mike. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got a Recon 1 thrown up there by Bobo. This is an older one from Gary, Last Ranger. Honey Bear with a nice couple of nice looking knives here. Look at the scales on that hinder. Whoo! Smoke show, buddy. It's a smoke show. It's a smoke show. Smoke show. Let's see. Let's see. I've heard. Oh, I think Josh is talking about Gonzo. I expect to be extended from my conversation with him as well. Yes, I think so. I think it'll probably be. I just wanted to let people know that I have heard from him. I have talked to him right before and right after Christmas. And I told him, if he needs anything to let me know, but he just apparently is taking a break. I've heard from Gonzo a couple days ago. He's okay. He's just taking a break. Yep, exactly. That's what I was kind of getting at. Snuzz Nuzz, yes, please go check out. And I did mention for the giveaways, I see a couple comments about that. I did mention that the night of the holiday celebration that I would not be mailing them till after the holidays, till sometime in the first or second week of January. I'm just letting you guys know the 10th or 11th, all that stuff will be going out to you guys. I think I was under the impression the words would grow because I actually thought about that. I thought about actually making you guys like put together like a little like story or sentence using all the words, but I didn't want to make things too complicated. I just wanted to reward people who came and watched every week and paid attention, and that worked out pretty good. Honestly, there were only 16 people who had entries, who had enough words to get in, so the odds were pretty good for somebody to win. Fart says I won a knife on Christmas today. It was shipped even though they couldn't find my address. Come to find out, my pudgy finger hit the wrong number. Oh, that always sucks. Hopefully it turns out okay. Tina Turner's here running around, chasing the kiddos, using the phone. That's okay. Yes, and the word of the week equal is hope. Bienvenuta's got the right idea. All right. And that way, it'll give you guys plenty of opportunities to write down the words. Okay, Neil Mackenzie's in the house. My good friend Neil, who's gotten more and more into knives, and he also donated a knife to the holiday celebration. So thank you, Neil, once again for being one of the contributors to that. Let's see. Moderator extraordinaire Mimo. Yes, you definitely want to go check out Todd Carr's in here as well. Well, let's jump back to some more knives real quick and see what else we got in here. We've got here's today. Here you go. There's today's pocket carry. So the Finch Buffalo Tooth in Jig Titanium, the Ferrum Forge Prolix with Prolix, which I got just very recently. I ordered that with some Christmas gift money. The Olai Opry, which was a indirect gift from my lovely daughter-in-law Cora. The Olai I1R2 Pro, a Eionan's Edge 2.0 fidget ball. That one was actually made by moi, and that gold bronzed EDC Eionan's Edge coin made by none other than Mrs. Edge herself. And that handkerchief in the background with the cool purple hand embroidery at the bottom, hand logo stitched in there, was also made by her. Let's see what else we got here. That looks pretty cool. Got that up next to a bottle of whiskey. Yum, yum. There's an Opinel there, man. Honey Bear's just been killing it. Been putting all kinds of stuff up here, huh? I like it. Here's one from Zero, but ooh, I like that. Even though I'm not really a fan of the cormorant, that photography looks amaze balls. I dig it. I dig it. I'm going to give it some love right now. Giving it some love. Giving it some handshakes and some claps. There we go. Got it. So that's what this is, folks. Here's Craig Hamilton. Oh, he's always bringing the heat, man. Craig is always bringing the fire. Boom. Lord Needham, look at that. Man, that Maverick on the right-hand side, that's one of my must-have knives someday. We got that. We got the F5.5, which me and Grumpy don't like. And it doesn't fit either of our hands. And we've got one of the greatest EDC small fidgety pocket knives ever created, the original nimble style nimble. And we got a cool looking Tucson fixed blade over there too, which I kind of dig. All right. I like that a lot. Let's see what else is down here in the list. We got a little picture from Sharp Guy ATX here with a Choo Choo the Gnome. Oh, Artificial Safari, breaking my freaking heart. I wanted one of these knives so bad. The timing was just totally wrong. I hope they release another batch of these little buggers because the Bridgeport 395 absolutely positively must go in my collection someday. So I love it. I love the simplicity. I love the blade shape. I love the way it looks. and it was not a super expensive knife. I want to say it was about $130 or something. So it's in the what I call the affordable category. So very cool. I really like that a lot. What else we got down here? Ooh, that's nice. Brian Brown Raptor V2. Yes. Beautiful. And beautiful picture too. Amazing. We got some ice in there. We got some really nice wood grains, good lighting. I like that. Looks fantastic. Here's what Mrs. Edge bought me for Christmas. Those were her main presents for me that were in my stocking. And Bamba Ninja with his bananas, right? That's also, guys, that's become our new live chat thing, right? You can throw banana icons up to show that you're happy or that you're excited to be here. We got a Sabenza here from Artificial Safari. Like that one a lot. What else we got in here that looks good? We got this. Look at this handkerchief. Whoa! Honey Bear just bringing it. Hanker King. Yeah, I like that. 80-20.5 with a cool blade shape on it. Got a little Lynch Northwest pry bar, some pocket jank, and a cool handkerchief. I like that too. What else we got in here? I keep coming back. Look at this. Look at CPM. Look at this. How can you not get tingly looking at that knife? That knife is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So guys, what I want you to do is hashtag to this page. And if you want to see what all the other people that follow the channel or that participate in the community put up, this is the place to go and look, right? There you go. And that's from 9 weeks ago, but there's an amazingly cool looking Kaiser. So that's what that's all about. And then I would like to go check out. I would like to show you guys. There it is. There it is. Boom. So these folks, these are things that Mrs. Edge has made. Every one of those knots on those bracelets is tied by her. Every single one. I think BOD's in the house now too, right? Yes, there he is. Sorry, be right back. Wife's anniversary present just arrived. All right, but he's here. I see him. We know the beard is in the house. I'm just trying to look through some of the comments real quick before I move on. So let's take a quick peek at some of this other stuff. So that's just one of her bracelets. Those are all hand tied. This is a ring she made from scratch on one of our little chickens out on the patio. Somebody won that right there that she made. It's a holiday ornament. It's all made out of rings and wire. She made that herself. It's crazy. She totally knit this gigantic T-Rex with weights in its feet so that it would stand up. You can see it there on our couch. The thing was enormous. She made that for our grandson. He totally freaked out. I thought he was going to blow a happy gasket when he got that thing. This is just one of her quilts. So the intricacy on these things amazes me. And she does do all of that in between quilting that you see on a machine, but she does all the movements on the machine on a jig by hand. So this is not computerized. This is all she's actually moving the machine around and making all these patterns. She used to do ones that looked very similar to this all by hand, like one stitch at a time with a thimble and a needle. But nowadays she really enjoys doing this kind of quilting a lot better. But still, putting all these, cutting all these, putting them all together, stitching them all together, absolutely amazing work. Look at this sucker. That is just totally insane in the membrane. Really, really cool. Yes, there's all my bananas. There's my bananas. I love it, you guys. There's the bananas. There they go. Bananas. That's gonna be our channel icon. Let's see. Beard says, "You know, just again with a stress ball from I guess for a drive off to go have to got him a chill pill and 2 fidget sliders as well. Hope he loves it. I hope so too. I'm gonna send you another one of those, my friend, for giving away that one to a little kid. I'll get you another fidget ball sent out very, very soon, sir. I'm assuming purple and black would be a good color, right? I think I can manage one of those. She is so talented. There's absolutely no doubt that she has an amazing, amazing amount of talent. Let's just look at a few other things. So these were the beginnings of things that she was making. Bezels. By the way, all of those, this is all handmade. Uh, this is what's called silver clay. You make this stuff and then you fire it and it turns into jewelry. There's one of the rings that she made by hand. There's another one. There's one of the necklaces. That's all hand tied. That stuff is all hand. Every one of those designs is hand tied. Thousands and thousands and thousands of ties go into this stuff, right? So this is what these rings look like when she starts them. Now this is clay, mind you. She's making all these little tiny itsy bitsy details in clay and then putting these little balls and gemstones into them and then firing them to make them turn into actual silver rings. She's showing you how she made all the settings. This is some of the earrings that she does. She paints and does watercolors. That's a rabbit that she painted. There's some of the rings after they've been fired to show you what they look like. Here's some of her hand-tied bracelets. She sells these regularly in the art gallery she's a member of here in Tucson. This is one of her other pieces while it's in the works. There's all the cord that it takes to make that. Fidget balls that she's made in the past. Those are some of the ones that she put together. And then this is the jewelry that she's made, which is amazing to me. It's just absolutely amazing. Everything you see on there, she crafted out of silver clay by hand and put together. And then those cabochons are all ones that she plucked out of the ground, sliced, and turned into the beautiful polished shaped rocks that you see. She's also into lapidary. The woman has mad skills, mad skills. So a little bit of bragging about my lovely wife, but you guys have received some of her stuff and you know what that's all about. So there you go. All right. So anyway, yeah, absolutely stunning. Her stuff's ready. Yeah. So BOD actually, he won the raffle. He got two of her pendants, wire wrap pendants that she donated to the Jason Brown fundraiser. And I gave some other stuff as well. And that was well worth it. But yeah, I mean, obviously that stuff is all one of a kind, and nothing that she ever makes is the same. Bananas for the rabbit painting. Yeah, the painting came out. She's done a bunch of stuff. She does gift cards and she'll paint the watercolors first, and then she'll copy those so that she can make cards, hummingbirds, cats, dogs, rabbits, lots of different things she's put on there, owls. So, yeah, she's definitely, yeah, for sure. She's definitely the talented one. I'm just the guy. I'm just a crazy old Marine who likes knives and loves his wife. She's the one. The lady sitting over there in her studio is the one who has all the talent. So anyway, I wanted to go over a couple of other things here. I wanted to talk about some channel updates. So a couple things are going to happen with channel updates, guys. Let me give you a little rundown real quick. What's going to happen here? So for channel updates, we're going to have more budget and affordably priced knives. So budget knives for me are knives that are 50 bucks or less. Affordable knives are knives that are somewhere between, the 70 and $120 range. We'll have more of those. I'm going to start doing a few reviews on things like flashlights, EDC carry pouches, and things like that. So look for those mixed in along with knife reviews. Find something I think is interesting that I think you guys can use. I'm going to throw that in there for you. All right, that's going to happen. And then we're also going to have some Apex fill-in knives during the year. I'm on that part of that group, and I get a knife or two a month from them. So those knives will continue to come around. Depending on where you sign up will depend on how long it takes you to get them. Hopefully, most of them will come to me in a timely manner. But there will be a fair amount of Apex knives. This is very important. I'm going to finally reveal this. Since Drewby Tunes is in the live stream today, Drewby is going to work with me. Probably I'm going to get with him in the next week or two. And we've already begun some brainstorming, but what you see behind me is going to change a lot. We're going to actually have a real Minion Slayer. Now, it'll be mine and Drew's version of a Minion Slayer, but we're going to have one. It's going to happen. So that will be a new thing. And hopefully, I'm hoping maybe, we'll see, maybe February-ish, late February or March, we'll have that done. And it looks like a less angry Henry Rollins with your glasses out. You want me to sing like him too, like a young Henry Rollins? I don't sing that often on live streams anymore, BOD. So, but thank you. Yeah, so we will have that. That's coming. We're going to have an actual backdrop on a green screen or a blue screen, and we will have our very own customized Minion Slayer. So when you tune in, you literally will be seeing me broadcast live from the Minion Slayer, and you'll be coming in to join me. And I'm doing that because I want you guys to, I want this to be your place to gather. A lot of people who wrote me over the holidays, and a lot of the winners, you'd be surprised how many people who won stuff didn't just say, here's my name and my address. Like, people wrote me letters, literally letters. And I was just in awe. But yeah, they basically blew me away. You guys, not they, you. Most of the people who won stuff are here tonight. You guys all blew me away. I was just, I literally had to take some time to respond to some of the things that you guys wrote. It was all so heartfelt and so appreciative, and that's exactly how I feel about you guys. I love y'all. So yes, keep keep throwing up the bananas, right? Yeah. So that's the thing. I'm doing it because I want to make this more family like. I want to make it more inclusive, and I hope that happens. G-Ball's in here too. My boy G-Ball. G-Ball's been killing it, man. His channel's outgrown mine already. It's only been a few months. Congratulations, brother. You're doing good. So those are just a few of the things that are going to happen with the channel. We're going to also organize a little more. I'm going to get in there and do a little housekeeping. I'm on the playlist. I'm going to have more. I'm going to get more of the knives into the playlist. So if you want to do a playlist on fixed blades, things like that. That's another thing. I have a bunch of fixed blades coming up. So that'll all be things that happen going forward as we move through 2022. Also, I would like to throw this out there to the people who are followers of the channel. If you people, all of you guys out there, if you have a knife that you would like to see me review, and you're willing to send it to me, contact me through email or at Instagram, through an Instagram message, and let me know. Say, hey, I'd like to see you review this knife. I'd like to send you this knife to review. And we can coordinate that, and I can get it reviewed. It was an idea that was brought up by somebody else in the community a while back, and I didn't really get around to it with everything that was going on and is still going on with our life. But I think that's a cool idea. So if you think you have a knife that you'd like to send into the channel for me to review, absolutely do that. All right. You know how to get a hold of me, eionansedge@gmail.com and eionans_/edge at Instagram, and let me know. And I would love to check out a knife that you have that you think would be worth reviewing. Also, don't forget about the 5 and 5. We're not doing that tonight, but we will be doing that in some upcoming weeks. I also will have Nick Ridgey back on when his jersey releases. And I also have another special guest in the works coming up soon, too, from the knife industry that I hope to be able to get on very soon. Everybody in my students, but we're on the mend. Oh, he's talking about Alan Grable being sick. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, brother. Chuck says, okay, just got done with my first sharpening, starting with an Atama 140 plus it's a game changer. Okay. Yeah, no doubt. Sharpening it's something that takes practice, and it takes a lot of effort to get good at. But once you do, it's a lot of fun to sharpen your own knives. Does that mean I have to wear a pair of pants when I come on live? I don't care if you wear pants, brother. But just remember, I will tell you this: there's there's a lot of people that watch this live or rewatch this live that have kids that watch this live. So that's why I try my best not to let my marine mouth come out all the time. And I try to keep it sort of PG innuendo based rather than R-rated. So there's that anyway. But yes, Doom no pants rule. Didn't you get the memo yet? I don't care if you wear no pants, just don't stand up all the time on screen. I think this year I'm going to try and fix. Yes, definitely you should, brother. There's a lot of cool fixed blades out there. I have a few that are going to get reviewed. Iggy's throwing out the Ridgy stuff, which is cool. I dig that a lot. So what else was I going to mention? So the send in a knife thing, we can do that if you want. If somebody's interested in sending me a knife to review, just contact me first. Don't just send it and have it show up at my doorstep. I'll be like, what the heck is this? All right. Because I want to make sure I have time to review it. That's the other thing. So just get a hold of me first so I know that the knife is on the way. I have some other people. Papa Rhino is going to be sending me some knives, and some other folks want to send me stuff to review. So that's super cool. I hope that happens. If you've got something out there that you really think would be cool to show to the masses. The Mrs. Edge update, I'll go over that one more time. She's doing very well. She finished chemo on the 28th. She had her last chemo shot on the 29th. She's just today. So that was last Wednesday and Thursday. She's just today starting to feel pretty good. We're going to have tacos tonight up over there in the kitchen. As soon as we're done, watch a little bit of Cole, his live stream. But she's doing okay. Her surgery is scheduled for the 27th. She goes for an MRI tomorrow to see how much everything is shrunk. And then the big surgery is on the 27th. I will be off for 5 days for that. That whatever that Tuesday is after her surgery, I probably will not be doing a live stream. I'll post. I'll let you guys in the community know how she's doing, but I probably won't be doing a live stream because she's going to have like 3 to 5 days where she can't use her arms. So just so you know, when we get to that point, I will remind everyone. She's doing very well. She's feeling very well. And guess what? She has hair on her head. It's grown back, and it's actually longer than my hair. Yes, that's a very good thing, especially for a woman. So yeah, shout out to Mrs. Edge. That's totally true. Later, Doom. Got to go eat dinner, he says. All right, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to hit the like button if you guys are in here. There are, 39 of you in the stream right now and 37 likes. Okay, I take that back. I take it back. I'll take it back, minions. You're doing a good job. Our thoughts and prayers with you, Mrs. Edge. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Bama. As always, can't wait to see those fixies. Yeah. So I've got some fixies of my own. And I've also got, like I said, Papa Rhino plans on sending me a couple of fixies as well to check out. Yep, there you go, bananas. That's gonna be our logo. When I ever do get to 1,000, I'm definitely gonna have minions and bananas for my logo. What else have we got? Oh my gosh, this is the most important part before we get to story time, guys. This is the most important part. I will remind everyone again, if you came in late, if you won something in the holiday celebration, those prize packs will be going out on the 10th and the 11th of January. And I will contact you individually and send you the tracking numbers for your packages. Barring any unforeseen situations in our life, the 10th and the 11th will be the mailing dates. Okay. Got to do this, guys. Got to do this. Lone Wolf says, been lurking, laying down, just saying I love you. We love you too, brother. Thoughts and prayers go out to you. All right? Get better. Okay? We need you to get better. Okay. During 2022, I talked many times about how awesome the community is. And the community is really awesome. It is. A lot of people helped my channel. And I went over a lot of people's names, not all of them, but a lot of people's names during the live celebration. For instance, I see Grumpy in here. Grumpy was so helpful to me. Grumpy helped me hit 100 subscribers. Right? Got me like 20, 30 subs in one night. Helped me get up to like 110 subscribers back in the early days. And he's been so helpful to me behind the scenes in a lot of ways as well. Grumpy cut me a super sweet deal, practically gave me a giant mouse knife that I liked. I already had the knife, but he sent me his version, which I liked better, and I ended up keeping his version and selling the one I had to Papa Rhino, I think. Yeah, Papa Rhino. Um, but during the year, some people in the community really reached out and did me solids and just blew me away with their kindness and the amount that they cared. And they sent me some knives. Okay. So the first knife that I got, some of you may remember the video. I borrowed and reviewed Matt Mattisfactions, Kunwu Ronin, and he wouldn't sell me his, but he got me another first production Kunwu Ronin, one of my all-time favorite knives to this day. I freaking love this thing. And what can I say about Matt? He's amazing. Okay. So that happened. And then a little later in the year, around right before Christmas time, my good friend Dave, Satu Dave, came over the house, laid a whole bunch of knives out one night in a knife roll and said, "One of these is yours. It's your Christmas present." And I ended up choosing this. This was the Tucson TS 313 button lock titanium M390. And then this originally was Cue Ball's knife. And he sold it to Dave. He was selling some knives, and Dave bought it and then took it home and did a little bit of work on the button lock part of it, and then sent it off to J480C. I don't want to get the name wrong. He sent it off to somebody else in the community. They did the anodizing on it and cleaned up some stuff on the inside and basically sent it back to him. The knife came out absolutely freaking gorgeous. It is green anodizing, but it looks almost gold. Sometimes it looks green depending upon which way you turn it. And then the blue on all the other stuff, including the back spacer, the thumb studs, the pocket clip. This was all done. And Dave gave me this knife as a Christmas gift. Yeah. Those are the kind of friends I have, and all of you folks. And then I got the most amazing letter from another good friend in the community, somebody who I really, really love. I enjoy his content immensely. Bluminati Ninja. I hope you're still in the stream, brother. And he heard me mentioning that I wanted to buy and review a CJRB Ruffian. And so one day in the mail, I got a package with some other cool little things in it, like some paracord lanyards and things like that. And he sent me a CJRB Ruffy. Exact one I was going to buy, as a matter of fact, black and black. Okay. Love you, brother. And again, do something kind for someone. This is the community that we occupy, folks. All right. So that came to me right before Christmas time. Yes, Bluminati. Yes. Okay. Dude, I practically cried when I read your letter. I really, it really touched me. It really did. And then to get this knife in there to have and to review was a total shock. It just blew me away. And then finally, literally a few days before Christmas, I had been trying to catch up with Cue Ball forever. And Cue Ball and I have become really good friends. We try to talk regularly on the phone. I text him a lot. I just ask, try to see how he's doing. He's got a lot going on in his life as well. He had kind of taken a little step back from the knife community. He's still there. He's still doing things, but he has a lot of family stuff going on. So he took a little step back. And back at the fall knife meetup, he had loaned me a couple of knives. The last time I borrowed knives from him, he gave me like 8 or 9 of them at the same time, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. That's too many to review in a short period of time. But this time he gave me 2 knives. He gave me a Nimble X, and he gave me another knife. And that second knife that he gave me, I had all through the fall. and I loved it, and I reviewed it. And when I talked to him on the phone before Christmas, I asked him if he would sell it to me because he has two of them. And he was reluctant, but he was like, he's like, okay, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell you the knife. And then like 30 seconds later, he's like, you know what? Let me think about it and we'll talk about it at the Arizona Knife Meetup, which will be on January 21st. But then on Christmas Eve, I got a text. I got a text from Cue Ball. This is what Cue Ball said to me. He said, "Hey, Rich." He goes, "Shadow, Merry Christmas." Now, remember, I had offered to buy the knife. And so I said to him, when I replied, I said, "Oh, cool. You're going to let me buy the knife. That's freaking awesome." I said, "I'll talk to you about a price at the meetup on the 21st. And he texted me back and he said, No. Merry Christmas. I'm giving you the shadow." The fuck, people? I don't, I don't, I don't really know what to say to that, except he's a really super big hearted dude and a really nice guy. These knives are not easy to come by right now. They don't make a ton of these. TRM doesn't make a ton of these. This one is from Blade Show last year. This is who you are, all of you. And yeah, I'm very, very appreciative and very humbled by the generosity of this community. And that's why I tried to do so much at Christmas to give back, because I feel like I've made some great friends, people that I haven't even met. I feel like family. And it's people like Bluminati and Satu Dave and Cue Ball, you know, Matisfaction. And then the other day, I get a package from Scab. Now, Scab sent me some stuff to give away for the holiday giveaway, some smaller items. But then Scab sends, I get a box from Scab, I should say. Squire Boys Outdoors. I get a box from Scab. And that box is all busted up, right? The box is all busted up, but sticking out of the box is this. About half of this sheath is sticking out the end of this USPS box. And inside the box is a Tops, right? He sends me a brand new Tops knife. And I like contact him. I'm like, "Hey, dude, cool. Thanks for loaning me this knife to review." He goes, no, I'm giving this knife to you. I think you'll like it. And if you don't, you can always give it away. Guys, thank you. Thank you, Scabs. Thank you, everyone. I knife wise, it was an amazing Christmas. I wish my kids would have made it out here, but you guys all rock, every one of you. I can't say enough about the community. I can't say enough about the friendships I've built. And you want to know why Mrs. Edge and I work so hard all year to give back to you guys at the holidays? This is exactly why. This is why. Because I'm not asking for this stuff. You know what I mean? I almost feel like, man, it's hard to accept these kind of gifts, but that's what this community is all about. So there you go. That's yeah, uh, amazing. It's just amazing. So it just is. Yep. So and obviously, Scad's always trying to support veterans and all that kind of stuff. So man, I appreciate every one of you. There's other people who've given me stuff throughout the year. I'm just kind of pointing out a few people who recently sent me amazing gifts, and I feel like I had to shout them out. And Brother Bluminati here's one of those people. So um, spread the love. Yep. So exactly, that's what happened. We spread the love, right? And thank you guys. I love you guys too. So anyway, here's the deal, folks. I those were the gift knives I got. And thank you very much to everybody. I mean, man, I sat there on Christmas Eve when I got that message from Cue Ball, and I cried. I cried. I don't know. I try as hard as I can to be a good person in this community, and when things like that happen, I don't know. I just I feel so humbled. So anyway, yes, salute to this community for sure. And what does Don Ray says? I was able to give my veteran, my left-hand son, a Benjamin boost because the NSA is. Oh, okay. Yes. So yes. So Dawn was mentioning knives that would work good for left-handed people who work around water and all that. My very first knife was a my very first Benchmade was a Civivi Mini Boost. It's the rubberized one, right? Assisted opening, the whole deal. That knife was like brand new. I didn't carry it hardly at all. And I liked it a lot, but over the course of time, I collected a lot of knives, and it was just a knife I found that I didn't carry as much anymore. And then when she started asking about it, I felt like I wanted to do something nice. So I sent her that, and I sent her some other stuff for Christmas too. I knew she was going to probably give that knife to her son. And then she told me she was able to afford another nicer knife. She bought a Civivi Pintail, I believe it was, for her other son. So DSKFS, that's Zach's phrase, but it's appropriate for this community. So yes, this is what we do here. Anyway, there's Darnell. What's up, my man? Oh yeah. And then she says, "Thank you so much, NZ. Says, I'm so glad someone could DSKFS for you too." Well, so am I. I'm totally blown away by some of that. Blazeburger, hey, I'm still listening, driving now. You're all beautiful. It's true. This community is beautiful. Just saying hi, not up to texting. Thanks. Or that's okay, Darnell. It's all right, man. Some weeks you don't feel up to it. Some weeks you do. Dawn says, I cried like a baby today. Yeah, I cried like a baby. Yeah. I mean, it hits you right here in the feels, right? So anyway, guys, listen, here's what we're going to do. I am going to move on to story time because we're getting toward that time of the day where it's getting toward dinner time here. The light's starting to fade. And I got itchy nose tonight. Doesn't that mean something? Come into money. Isn't itchy nose money? I think it is. So minions, it's story time. So let's gather around. Let's gather around. Let's get ready for story time. I'm going to take you back here. Story time. That's right. Gather around, children. Iggy says, woohoo, story time. And Michael Morgan says, gather around, children. It's story time with Uncle Owens. So, in a lot of my stories, I like to set the mood, right? I don't know why I got itchy nose. I like to set the mood. And part of setting the mood is kind of giving you some backstory so you can, in your mind, you can build a picture. That's what good storytelling is all about. You have to be able to build a picture of what someone's telling you. That helps you get involved in the story. It helps you imagine what you're being told. Okay. So I'm going to set the mood for you here. So a lot of you know that I grew up part of my life post divorce. I grew up on a farm that my stepmother owned, a small farm. And my early life, I grew up in not a big city, but a city. And it was a rough part of town that we lived in. My dad had bought a fixer-upper house, an old colonial house that belonged to a duke and duchess and had multi-stories and rooms and all that. And he did a ton of work to this place and fixed it up. Well, right behind our house was a mill complex. And that mill complex was on a canal, which just beyond the canal was the Thames River in Connecticut. So we're going back here, we're going back colonial times. And because the mill sent textiles and supplies, later it was called Capehart. They were a kind of one of those 70s and 80s cheap stereo manufacturers. They made speakers and turntable and stereo systems. So that's what the mill was later. And because as time went along, they wanted to ship more goods. They put a railway right next to it. So right behind my house was what used to be a warehouse, but turned into an auto body repair place. The next property past mine, and then just past that was the railroad tracks and this old mill complex, which by the time I was in my early teens had been abandoned. Now we're talking old brick mills with lots of windows in bad shape. Nowadays, most of those have collapsed and they're just, there's no roofs or anything on them. But we're going back a ways here. We're talking about old mills and turn of the century stuff. But the trains, even after the mills closed, the trains kept running. So the freight trains multiple times a day would go by my house in both directions, right? Some would come from downtown or other parts of the state, and some would go further up into the interior of the state. And after a while, we got to kind of know what time the trains came through. You had a pretty good idea that trains were going to come through at, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. They were going to come through the middle of the afternoon. They were going to come through late afternoon. They were going to come through occasionally. If it wasn't a weekend, they would come through later in the evening. A lot of times, maybe say around 10 or 11 o'clock. And you get used to it. They weren't, super obnoxious or everything. We did have a old road that crossed the side of my block, but it was no longer a through road because the bridge at the other end of it that went over the canal had been condemned. The bridge was perfectly fine to walk on, ride your bike on, drive your mini bikes on, but they just wouldn't let trucks and cars go over it anymore. Follow me? So because of that, there was a street right there where the train had to slow down. Some of you probably following where this story's going. For me, as a young kid and then as a teenager, the ability to take the train before I could drive pretty much to any part of town I wanted to go was pretty big, right? I had friends who lived up in Laurel Hill and down near down near the the city, that near the arena, I mean the marina, where all the boats and stuff were. And I could get down there to see them in, no time on the train, 20, 30 minutes, half, maybe a little more than that. But I think the best part of this story was I I met this girl in junior high school. She went to a different school than me. She was a little bit of a wild child, but she wanted to know if I could come hang out with her and her friends. And I was like, "Where do you live?" And she's like, "I live right at the beginning of Laurel Hill downtown." And I said, "Okay." I said, "I can be there in 30 minutes." And she was like, "Are you getting a ride? Or is like your brother, your parents?" I'm like, "No, I'll be there in 30 minutes." And so sure enough, I hitched a ride on the train, and it wasn't hard. The train slowed down. So you just had to run alongside of it and you jump on the back of the train, you grab a hold of the rail and pull yourself up. And I'd usually pick one of the more rearward carts, not the very last one, but I'd usually pick like 2 or 3 from the back, and you'd run along and you'd jump on there and you'd climb up, and then you just, just hang your arm over the railing and you'd stand on the railing and ride the train, right? Ride it all the way downtown. Ride it past downtown to where it turned and started going out toward New London. And if you got off there when it crossed one of the railroad crossings, you were standing a few blocks away from Laurel Hill. And so, I went down and I hung out with her and her friends and had a great old time. And they were all like, "How did you get here so fast?" And I'm like, "It's a secret." And it used to always amaze people because I would just suddenly come walking up the street. They always thought I got dropped off, but I did not. My older brother bought a house in Canterbury, Lisbon, Connecticut, and it was further up in the more rural areas. But I used to, once in a while, I would ride the train up there, and then I'd walk 3 or 4 miles up the road to get to his house as well. And I used to ride the trains all over Southern Connecticut. I would ride them downtown anytime I wanted. Anytime I wanted to go downtown and buy martial arts equipment, machetes, throwing stars. I wanted to look at comic books. I wanted to go check out Woolworths, where that was an old time store that had like soda fountain, and you could go in there and buy all kinds of toys and cool shit. Anytime I wanted to do all that, I just rode the train down. And then I knew that if I hung out down there all day, and I would tell my mom, I'm going downtown. I won't be back until dinner time, or I won't be back until after dinner time, or whatever it was. And she was okay with that. Now, I never told my mom I was riding the train, because she would freak out if I told her I was riding the train. I would just tell her I'm going to go downtown and hang out with some friends, and then I'm going to be back by dinner time. And as long as I made it back in one piece by dinner time, my mom was none the wiser. Most of the time, she'd get mad if I wasn't back by dinner, because then I'd have to tell my dad where I went. And my dad one time called me out on it. He's like, "How did you get back from downtown so fast? Because you just said that you stayed down there until the comic book store closed. But now you're home. How did that happen?" So he figured it out, but he told me never tell my mom. He goes, "Don't ever tell your mom. Don't ever tell your mom that you're riding the trains all over this corner of the state as a 13, 14-year-old kid." Because don't do that. But anyway, that was a different time. Train jumping or ticket buying. Yeah. I mean, I never got caught. One time, there was one time where this lady was like parked at a train crossing, and I made the mistake of kind of turning and looking toward the traffic, because I saw that there was traffic there. I should have just like kept my head facing the other direction, but she made eye contact with me as the train went by. And then she like drove up the street and like drove down to the next crossing. And I saw the car like following the train like this. And I'm like, oh, I better get off. So I got off the train. And I ended up just changing my mind and going to visit a friend of mine who lived on, a couple neighborhoods away. And I didn't end up riding the train all the way there, but she did. She followed the train thinking like, "Oh my God, there's some kid on the side of a train." Like, and then nowadays with cell phones and cell phone cameras and stuff, you could never make that happen. You never get away with that. Back in my days, the phones were still mounted on the wall, and it was really cool if you had one of those super long cords that reached into the next room so you could sit down and talk to your friends, right? Now with cell phones, you couldn't do that anymore. People would turn you into the cops or something, right? They'd throw you in juvenile hall for doing crap like that. But anyway, train hopping was fun, and I loved doing that as a kid and into my teens until I moved away from there. And a lot of my friends did it with me. Sometimes 2, 3, 4 of us would all hop the train, and we'd go downtown, and we'd jump off down there when the trains almost came to a complete stop sometimes. But most of the time it slowed way, way down as it came down through the city, and you'd be able to get off the train relatively easy and go anywhere downtown you want. So that was our taxi cab. That was my taxi cab as a kid. Boy, have times changed, huh? Anyway, folks, that's my story time for tonight. A little nostalgia story to start the year. I want to say thanks to everybody for showing up here. The live streams should go off as normal, except for that one Tuesday after the 27th of January when Mrs. Edge has her surgery. I know I will not be able to put a live stream together that day. It's just going to be about getting her back on her feet and getting her going. But once again, it was a great 2022. A lot happened. I'm looking forward to a lot of positive things in 2023. Once again, if you're interested in sending any knives for reviews, hit me up. Don't forget the hashtag Minions Carry Knives for all your Instagram posts. Look for some new content and a little bit more diverse content from the channel. We will have an official Minions layer probably in the next couple months here. I'll be working with Drooby Tunes on that. We've already had some discussions about it. And thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everybody who donated, everybody who tunes in, everybody who rewatches, and all of your love and support for me and Mrs. Edge. You guys are my family, my friends. I love you. I'll see you next week. Stay sharp, everyone. Stay sharp. Bye-bye.